And breaking news now, we have a winner in a key Senate primary. ABC News can now project Dr. Abdul El-Sayed will be the Democratic nominee in Michigan's Senate race. It's the latest in a string of wins for progressives against establishment Democrats, and it could have major implications for the balance of power in the Senate. ABC News political director Avery Harper is now here for more. Avery, what does this win tell you about the divide within the Democratic Party?
Well, look, I think that Abdul El-Sayed and his campaign, they went into yesterday thinking that they would win, but thinking that they would have a bigger margin, that they would have won more comfortably than we are seeing this morning. We see a very narrow lead for El-Sayed in this vote count. But what it does say is that there is definitely a desire for an outsider candidate, someone who is espousing some of these progressive ideals. You know, I was on the ground in Michigan, and every time you go to a campaign event with Abdul El-Sayed, he begins with a very simple motto: getting money out of politics, putting money in your pocket, and Medicare for all. And ultimately, that is a message that we saw resonate with voters across Michigan.
Big picture, how concerned should Democrats be about this sort of, fight within the party between progressives and more of the establishment Democrats?
Yeah, I think that is a big concern here. And I think what happens today with the establishment is going to be very, very important. Whoever won last night, be it El-Sayed or Haley Stevens, now we know it's El-Sayed, they are going to need the losing candidates coalition. Haley Stevens had support of Gretchen Whitmer, of Democratic leadership in Washington, D.C. Are those folks going to embrace El-Sayed? This is a seat that Democrats have to win in November if they want to take control of the Senate. They need to hold every single seat that they have and flip 4. This is a must-hold seat for them.
So a must-hold seat, but does that mean Republican nominee Mike Rogers now has a better shot against El-Sayed?
I mean, he certainly thinks so. He has explicitly said that he believes that the GOP's chances are better in November with El-Sayed at the top of the ticket. And so did Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens made that argument throughout her campaign. Ultimately, Michigan voters did not care. When I talked to El-Sayed about the notion of electability, what he said to me is that he believes that he can build a coalition of folks who left the party in 2024. We saw Michigan voters swing to the right in 2024. And so he thinks that he can bring some of those folks back out. He even told me that he thinks that he can get disaffected Republicans, people who are upset with the fact that money is being spent on this war in Iran, people who are upset that they don't have access to healthcare or that healthcare costs have gone up. He also thinks that he has excitement behind him and enthusiasm behind him with young voters, with folks across Michigan. And that is going to be a tall order. It's going to be an uphill battle for him in Michigan.
And we're already starting to see the sort of political strategy for November play out. You've got El-Sayed attacking Rogers for essentially taking big money donations, while Rogers is attacking El-Sayed for saying he's bringing communism to Michigan. How do you expect those messages to play out with voters?
Right. Listen, I think El-Sayed, he's being very particular about his strategy here. He's saying the same political interests that have candidates like Mike Rogers accept money from large corporate PACs or outside interests is the same political system that's sending money overseas instead of spending money on policies that would help people at home. And ultimately, that's the same political system that is not lowering your utility bills, that's not giving you better access to health care. And so that's the argument that we're going to continue to see El-Sayed make, whereas the Republican Party and Mike Rogers specifically is going to try and hone in on sort of the fear of the unknown in El-Sayed. He has not held elected office, and that is going to be something that we can expect from Mike Rogers to continue to talk about as well.
Political Director Avery Harper, thank you so much for breaking that down for us.